प्राणादित्य दृष्टि विशिष्ट उद्गीतस्योपासनम उक्तम एव अनुद्य प्रणवोद्गीतयोरेकत्वं कृत्वा तस्मिन् प्राणरश्मि भेद गुण विशिष्ट दृष्टिया अक्षर से उपासनम अनेक पुत्र फलम इदानीं वक्तव्यम इत्यारभ्यते. So it has been stated before, uktam, the Udgita Avayava part, Omkar Upasana meditation has been stated before with certain things to be looked upon into it. What were they? Vital force on the physical plane and sun on the divine plane. Prana Aditya Drishti, vital force and sun. Drishti, having looking upon in this way, on which Udgitasya, having possessing these qualities, we meditate on the Udgita part Om. This meditation was told before, has been stated before. Uktam eva anudya. Now after referring to that same thing again, Pranabodgitayorekattam kritva tasmin pranarashmi vedaguna vishishta drishtya. Now what they are going to do? The Pranava and Udgita, the oneness of accepting these two has to be one. Pranava and Udgita yoho ekatva. Pranam is Om and Udgita. Before we were discussing them to be two different entities. One was the part of another whole. Udgita was the whole thing. In that, Om was a part. A part and a whole division was there. Avayava and Avayavi. Udgita was Avayavi and Om was Avayava. The whole and a part. That relationship was there before. But the only difference from there and here is, first what we'll do? We'll do that Pranava, Om and Udgita to be one and the same. Not as a part and a whole. We'll accept their oneness in them. And Kritva, after accepting the oneness, what we will do? Tasmin prana rashmi bheda guna vishishta drishtya. When the same Om, which is not different or non-different to the Udgita, in that Om itself, we will be meditating as if it is possessing of the multifariousness quality. Multitude of what? Prana multiplication. And also the rays. Because in vital force has only one form. It is only one. But due to the functions, it becomes many. Because the functionary division, what we say, prana is also multifarious. Similarly, sun in itself is one. But because of the rays, it is many. So here the Rishi Kaushitaki will tell, I meditate on this form as vital force with its unity form. Oneness form, it is one. In a singular number. As a single thing. And same with the sun. I meditated Om as sun, accepting the sun as one. A single thing. But you don't do like that. They said, why? Because I meditated these things as one on that Om, I have only one son, you. I have you as my only son. Therefore, you don't meditate like that, but what you do? You do with the divisions, the multifarious quality. Accept the multifarious quality of both the sun and prana. Meditate on that term not as a single prana, single vital force, but with its multifarious divisions. With the vak and all those divisions, the different functions of prana. And accept prana to be a multiple thing, a plural thing, not one single thing. Similarly, the sun. Don't coincide the part and the whole, the rays and the sun, but differentiate it. With distinction between the whole and its parts. between the whole sun and its rays, between the prana itself and its functions. Make a distinction. And accepting that distinction, now you meditate on Om. Then you will have many suns.
More headache.
Huh?
More headache.
And people want it. You may not want, for you it is a headache. For many people they are suffering because they don't have even one. Rarely people get viveka that God has not given, means it is very good for us. It is blessing.
Blessing, yeah.
It is a blessing. Let us accept all children as our own son and serve all as possible. Huh?
No attachment.
No attachments at all. Otherwise there is a moha. That attachment will be there. Sangha sanjayate kama, kamad krodho vijayate, and all things will happen. And antme vinashyati. Gita tells very clearly. Therefore, no headaches is bad, that's good. That's why I said no disciples also. Disciples also is a headache. Nagror naiva shishya chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. That's the best way. So, but it is for the people though who wish many sons. For them is this upasana. Tasmin prana rashmi bheda guna. Bheda means a multifariousness quality is being possessed in that Om. This is how you have to look upon and meditate on that Om. Drishtya aksharasya upasanam. For what is the purpose? Aneka putra phala. So that you can attain many children. Productive of many children. Idanim vaktavyam. It is to be stated. Iti arambhate. So the following is begun. The mantra starts. Atha khalu ya udgitha sa pranava yah pranava sa udgitha ityasava aditya udgitha esha pranava omiti hiesha swaranneti. Atha, now, khalu, then, ya, that which is udgita, a part of sama, is itself saeva pranava. And here the pranava will be taken not general Om. It's a Rigvedi's Om you have to take. The Rigvedi Om only. Not the Yajurvedi, Samvedi or Atharvedi Om. Why? The reason we told later on. Because when the Hota chants Om perfectly, and if the Udgata while singing the Sama does any mistake in his Om, in Udgita Om, the Udgita Pranava Om, then that mistake can be rectified by meditating on that Om sung by the Hota. Because he has sung it correctly and the Udgata is singing wrongly. So how to rectify this? How to cure this problem? For that he says, what the Udgata will do is, he gathers means meditates on that Om which is being sung by Hota. Which is not sung but chanted by Hota. But Hota never sings, he chants only. Therefore here, pranava means, Bhashakara will tell very clearly, we will take your Bhavricham. Bhavrichana means Rigvedinam. Bhavrich Shaka is one of the branches of Rigveda. We have to take that Om itself. Bhashakara will tell this clearly, depending upon the last mantra of this khanda, of this part. In the last you see he is telling, Hotri Shadana Dhaivapi, in the fifth mantra. You can see, Hotri Shadana Dhaivapi, Durudgitam Anusamaharaditi. It is well done. Depending on that, Bhashakara will tell here, the pranava means you have to take the Om of Rigveda. Ya pranava again, that which is accepted as pranava by the Rigvedins is none other than this Udgita which is accepted by the Samavedis. He says first general Udgita I took. Ya Udgita, sa pranava. Whatever that which is called as Udgita in the world is none other than the pranava of the Rigvedis. Then he says, Ya pranava, the Om that has been accepted by the Rigvedis of the branch of Bhavricha Shaka, the same is this Udgita which is being sung by Udgata, which is a part of Samaveda. Again he says, what is that Udgita? Asova Adhityiti. And that Udgita is the sun only. That Pranava is this sun only. Asava Aditya Udgita. Asava Aditya Udgita. The sun is itself the Udgita. Esha Pranava. And that sun is itself again Pranava also. So why? How is that possible? Then he says, Om iti esha swaranneti. Om iti hi esha swaranneti. Esha Surya, the sun, uttering Om, moves continuously. Here, Swaran is before also taken uttering. Chanting Om is moving. Chanting Om, why he has to move? Actually, chanting Om is moving means Om is what? Before it is told, Anugya. Anugya means order or consent. Here, sun is giving the consent for you people to do the daily activities properly. For that is feeling Om and going on. Or you can take, he is giving order to you. Come on, get up. I am rising. You people also start your work. Or you can take it as in Gayatri Mantra, Prachodayat. He is inspiring our intellect to get up and do our daily duties. So with that idea in mind, here it is told Swaran Eti. Eti means moves. Uttering Om. Om iti Swaran. He means Yasmat, as and because Esha, this sun, Om iti. Om iti. Swaran, uttering this Om. Eti moves on and on and on and on. Atha khalu yavudgita sa pranava. Bhashyam. Atha khalu. Atha means now. Khalu means then or verily. Yavudgita. That which is Udgita. Sa pranava. Is itself pranava. Which pranava we have to take? There are many types of pranavas. Then it says Bhavrijanam. Bhavrijanam means, because Bhavrij Shakha is a branch of Rigveda. That means the Rigveda mantra you have to take. And because later on it is told clearly, Hotri. Hota is of which Veda? Rigveda. Therefore, Bhavrij Shakha is also of Rigveda itself. The Bhashyakara did not tell directly Rigveda, but he told of the Shakha, the branch of Rigveda. Yascha Pranava Tesham. That which is accepted as Pranav by them. By whom? By Bhavrij Shakha of Rigveda. By people who follow the Bhavrij branch of Rigveda. Saeva Chandogye Udgita Shabdavacha. That same Pranava is accepted and is spoken of as Udgita in Chandogya. Asauva Aditya Udgita. Yesha Pranava. This sun is itself actually Udgita. The sun is itself actually Pranava. The Om of those Rigvedis. Then you see the unity, the oneness is there now. The sun is Udgita, Udgita is Pranava. The Rigved, the Bhavrishaka Om is itself Chandogya's Udgita. And what Chandogya is Udgita? That is itself this sun. So all are one. Before it was a part and whole. Udgita was a part and Om was a part and Udgita was the whole. But now it's not like that. It is one and the same. That is oneness, that unity is being accepted among the three in divine plane. Similarly, among the three in the physical plane. Again, later we will tell Ityasova Pranaha Sa Udgita Sa Pranavaha. Prana Udgita and Pranava becomes one in physical plane, and Aditya Pranava Udgita becomes one in the divine plane. Bhashyakara. Pranava Shabda Vachyopi Saeva Bhavruchanam Nanyaha. Api means although Pranava Shabda Vachyo, the Pranava, the primal or the primary expression of the letter Om, is itself accepted as in the Rigveda by the people who follow the Bhavricha branch, Nanya. It is none other than this Udgita. Nanya Udgita Aditya. It's none other than this Udgita, which is none other than again Aditya. Then he asks Katham, how is it possible? Udgitakhyam aksharam om ityetad eshi yasmat swaran. The question arises here, Katham, how is it possible? The Udgita is a word which means a part of Sama. How you can equate it and say it is one, none other than this sun itself? How you can make unity, oneness of Udgita and the sun? Sun is a thing which is in the divine plane, there high in the sky, and Udgita are a group of words which is being sung by the Udgata. How can this Udgita can become that sun? He says, then the answer is being given, Udgitakhyam aksharam om ityetad. The om and Udgita here is the name of om. Udgitakhyam aksharam. Om ityetad, which is actually om. Eshahi, this sun itself is it. He, yasmat, because, he means yasmat, because swaran ucharayan. How you took the meaning of swaran ucharan? Before you were telling swaran means Sri Gatau. From Sri Gatau is swaran shabda, word is being derived. Gacha, Sri Gatau means what? Gamanam, moving, not uttering. So moving and uttering are two different words and two different meanings. Oh, swaran means ucharan. Bhashakara says, aneka arthatva dhatuna. Says the verbal roots have many, many meanings. The verbal roots, dhatunam, aneka arthatvat, whereas the verbal roots that have been stated in the Dhatu Pata, the verbal book of the Panini, it has got many meanings in general. Even though certain specific meanings have been given, but we cannot restrict ourselves to that particular meaning only. Depending upon the context, we may take many other meanings also. For that, Panini is himself pramana. He said, Sedhater Gato. Sedhater Gato. He has made a sutra, aphorism. And he, in the Dhatu Pada, he says Shidagatyam. Siddhatu is only Gatyartha. Then how we told in the sutra, if Siddhatu is being used in the meaning of Gati, then only Danta Sakara becomes Murdhanya. That means what? Siddhatu can be used in some other meaning also. Like that, there are 3-4 sutras of his Panini only, of his own, which make us clear to state this point as Anekartha, Dhatunam Anekarthatva. That's the reason behind that. So, the verbal roots in grammar have many meanings. Therefore, it's not wrong that if we say Swaran means Ucharan. Because we are equating this Aditya with Om, with Udgita, with the letter Om. And Om can be chanted, it cannot be moved. A word cannot move. You can chant, you can utter a word. Therefore, when you are equating these two, the only meaning that is possible is uttering. Or you can take both the meanings also itself. Athava Swaran Gachan Eti. Because Eti is also there. Swaran is also both. How it can make? So moving, he was chanting Om. Ato asau udgita savita. Therefore, asau savita, this sun is none other than that udgita itself. The chanter and the chanting word is being united and said. This Om is itself Udgita, Om is itself Surya, sun, Om is itself the pranam. Etamu evaham abhyagashisham tasman mamatvam ekositiha kaushitagi putram uvacha rashmigunstam paryavartayad bahavo vaite bhavishyanti tyadidaivatam. Etam. Oh, you see, etam, he says, knowingly. Singular number. I meditated on that Om. I looked upon that Om, the sun, singly, as one thing. Eva aham. Verily, I sang Abhyagasham. Directly, I sang the Udgita and the part of the Om, and on that I meditated the sun as one. Therefore, what happened? Tasmat, therefore, Mama Tvam Ekosmi. I have got you as my only son. Who told this? Itiha. In the days of yore, Itiha means history. In the days of yore, time unknown, Kaushitaki, Kushitakasya Apatyam. There is a rishi called Kushitaka. His son was Kaushitaki. That Kaushitaki told to his son. That is the grandson of Kushitaka. Putra Muvacha. What he told? Rashminstam Paryavartayat. Repeatedly, Paryavartayat. Repeatedly meditate on that not as the single sun, but with the distinction of its rays. You have to meditate on it. So what's going to happen by that? Bahavo Vaite Bhavishyanti. You will have many children, many sons. Ityadidaivatam. This meditation is related to the divine plane. This has been told to make you, to attract your mind towards the meditation of the physical plane also. Tam etam o eva aham abhyagasham. Tam etam o, of this sun has to be one. I verily abhyagasham abhimukyena gitavan asmi. I directly sang the Sama and meditated it as one sun. Aditya Rashmi Abhedam Krutva. You see, Aditya and its Rashmi Abhedam Krutva, without making any distinction between the sun and its plenty rays. Dhyanam Kritavan Asmi. I meditated upon Om. Yataha, as and because I did so, Tasmat Karanat, for that reason itself, Mama Tvamekosi Putra, I have you as my only son. Itiha, in the days of yore, this was told by Kaushitakihi, Kushitakasya Apatyam Kaushitakihi. Kushitaka was a rishi, saint or a sage. His son was Kaushitaki, and Kaushitaki told to his son Putra Muvacha Uttavan. So now that son will be thinking, so what should I do then? Why you are telling so? Then the father says, Ataha, therefore you don't do the same mistake as I did, my son. Oh, my son, you don't do the same mistake as I did. So what you have to do? Rashmin Adityancha Bhedena. You distinctly meditate on the Om as the rays of the sun and not the only sun. You should not meditate singly the sun, S-U-N sun, as only one thing. But you meditate it with this innumerable number of rays. We don't know how much is there. Innumerable. Can't count it. Such plentiful rays with such a sun only you have to meditate on that Om. Tam Paryavartayat. Paryavartaya ityartha. Actually it should be Paryavartaya, not Paryavartayat. Because it's Madhyama Purusha. Tvam hai na? Tvam. Madhyama Buddha. Paryavartaya. Tvam yoga. It has been told. Tvam yoga. You is the word here. Therefore, for that you have to say, repeatedly, you do so. Evam bahavo vaitye. By doing so, what am I going to attain? He says, by doing so, you will be attaining many children. Bahavo vaitye means tava putraha bhavishyanti. You will be having them. Many. Iti adidevatam. This meditation is told on the divine plane. अथाध्यात्म ये वयम मुख्य प्राण तम उद्गीतम उपासित ओम इति येष स्वरन्नेति. Hereafter it has been stated that on the physical plane, Yevaya Mukhya Prana, that vital force which is residing in this mouth, the main prana, not its separate functions. First to take it as the main prana. It is none other than this Udgita, and therefore what is this Udgita? That is Pranava. Therefore Pranava is itself Udgita. Pranava is this Mukhya Prana, the main vital force. This is how you have to meditate Upasita. You meditate on that Om. Ye vayam mukhya prana tam udgita upasita. Why? Om iti esha suranneti. Om iti hi esha. Esha means this mukhya prana. This is the one, the vital force which is in the mouth. It also always goes out, comes in, goes out and comes in. How? Moves all the time. How? Uttering Om Swaran Eti. By uttering Om, it's moving up. Soham, Soham. You take it so and Aham. But it says no. Actually, the prana moves out only. Is not. Prana is out. And Apana is going in. And when it moves out, it is chanting only Om. According to the Upanishad, it chants Om continuously. Etum evaham abhyagasisham. Oh no, Bhashyam is there. Atha anandram adhyatma uchyate. Now hereafter, having explained the meditation on the divine plane, now we are going to start with the meditation on physical plane. Ye vayam mukhya pranaha tam udhitam upasit ityadi purvat. The whole mantra's meaning is almost the same. It is to be interpreted as before in the first mantra. For Aditya, it is meant for the sun. Similarly, you have to take this for this vital force. Tatha omiti yesha pranopi swaran eti. Why? Because as sun was moving, uttering Om, similarly, this Mukhya Prana also moves uttering Om. Omiti yesha pranopi swaran eti. What is this? Actually, now he's telling that Rahasyam is being told now by Bhashyakara. Swaraneti means what actually? Om iti anugyam kurvan. You see. Om iti anugyam kurvan. Anugyam means what? Only three meanings is possible. Ordering, with consenting, or inspiring. Anugyam kurvan eva, as if he is ordering us to do our activities. Both this Mukhya Prana and Aditya. As if they are ordering us, they start to chant Om and move. Vagadi pravrityartam yeti tirtha. To whom he is ordering? Because he is ordering this Vakadi, all the speech and all other organs. He is ordering these organs to the sense organs and motor organs to do their functions. He says, come on, start speaking. Until you are sleeping, the prana has kept all the organs in himself. Isn't it? Prane, sarva indriyani liyante. So the prana itself states, now come on, start working. He orders. Then they start to work. So everything depends on prana. You are waking, sleeping, dreaming, everything. It depends on his orders. Pravrityartham eti. Vagadi pravrityartham. To make these speech and all other sense and motor organs function as if he is ordering, he is chanting Om and moving. Ityartaha. This is the meaning of this statement. Nahi marana kale. How you know this? He said, because the prana, when it is not here in this body, it is almost living at that moment. Prana takes all the indriyas, all the sense organs, everything into himself. Therefore, even you shout at a person who is lying down, is almost close to death, he will never listen. Put a band set also, he will never listen. He is almost dying. The prana is leaving this body. Your all indriyas are also not functioning. That's what it says. Nahi marana kale मूर्षः समीपस्थाः प्राणस्य ओंकरणं शृण्वन्ति. That is why at the time of death, the people who are around that person who is about to die, they could never hear pranasya omkaranam na shanvante. The movement of prana, battering the om, it's moving, that nobody can listen it. But now what happens? You can listen also. If a person is lying down, his breath is going on, you can listen some sound. Breath is coming in and going out, coming in and going out. What you are listening there at that moment is Om itself. Though we may not be able to identify this sound properly, the shwasa is going out, and when it's going out, the sound is there anyway. It seems, but actually it's Om is going on there. Om is being uttered by prana, by the vital force. But it is our mind's incapability, we can say. It's not eligible, it's not capable to identify this sound as Om. It is identified as a whoosh, whoosh. Om, it's happening and saying something else. This is what happens. I say something, people think something else. Is it not? मैंने ऐसे सोचा, आपने ऐसे बोला, तो मैंने ऐसे सोचा. Vipreet always. This is what happens in samsara. The mind's capacity is always on the negative, most of the time. Unnecessarily, they interpret the things in a wrong way. Similarly, every person is interpreting the sound of prana in a wrong way. The sound that comes, that is generated by the movement of the prana, is Om. Though we may not listen it as Om, we may not identify that sound properly, but actually it is Om only. This is what Bhashakara says. Therefore, at the time of death, nobody can hear that sound. Eta samanyat, due to this similarity, adityepi omkaranam anugya matram drashtabhya. Even in that sun also, the uttering of Om is nothing other than ordering the creatures. Here the vital force is ordering the speech and all other sense organs. What is the sun doing? He is ordering all the creatures to start their work. That's only the difference. But ordering is there in both. Ordering and inspiring or giving consent to do the work is there in both. Etumu evaham abhyagashisham tasman mamattum ekositi ha kaushitaki putramuvacha pranaganstam bhumanam abhigayatat bahavo vaime bhavishyanti. Here he adds one more quality, bhumanam. Don't only have a distinction between the vital force and its functions, but also see that vital force as all pervasive and view it upon Om. Bhumanam prana. Bhumanam, all pervading. Pranantvam abhigayatat. Before you are telling paryavartaya, is not? Now he is telling abhigayatat. Directly sing, he says now. There is a repeatedly meditate like that. Now he is telling repeatedly sing like that. Etum vivevaham abhyagashisham. This vital force, accepting it as one single thing, I verily directly sang in the Sama. That is why tasmat mamattam ekosi, I have you as my only son. Itiha, in the days of yore, Kaushitaki, the son of Kushitaga, told to his son Putmuvacha. And the son asked, then what should I do? He said, Pranastham. You meditate and sing the Sama at the same time. In which way? Having a distinction between the vital force and its functions. Separate them and sit in its multifarious quality. The prana is not one. It is possessing of the quality of multifariousness. In prana, and in sun. That is a specialty. They can become anytime multifarious and anytime they can become one. Which when the rays are coming out, it is multifarious. When the rays are not there, sun is one. When you are sleeping, what happens? Prana is one. When you are waking, it is multifarious functions. That speciality, that quality is there in them. They possess of that quality. So as and because they are possessing that quality, we have to meditate with this quality. Then we can have many children. Pranastham bhuna bhumanam abhigayata. Directly sing in this way. Then only what's going to happen? Bahavo vaime bhavishyanti iti. And at the same time, you have to meditate. May I have many children. May I have many children. You have to do the sankalpa also, he says. Bahavo vai me bhavishyanti. Before you are studying what? Te bhavishyanti. Now you are studying, you should say me bhavishyanti. So difference is there in these things. Etamu eva aham apegasasham ityadi purvadeva. The most of the part of the mantra, there is not much difference. Therefore, it has to be interpreted as before. Ato vagadin mukhyamcha pranam bhedaguna vishishtam. This is why called verily vagadin mukhyam pranancha. You have taken vagadi function, this function of all the sense organs separately, and prana distinctively you have to do it. Bhedaguna vishishtam. Possessed of the multifariousness quality. Udgitam, what? That Udgitam, passion. And looking upon that Udgita with this special quality, bhumanam. All pervasive. Manasa vigayata. You see, there's a difference here. Mentally you have to sing. Purvat avartaityartha. Similarly here also, but you are not only once mentally singing. Repeatedly you have to do. Therefore, it's a purvata avartaityartha. Similarly, as before, you have to sing and meditate repeatedly, but here it is totally mentally. Bahavo vai me mama putra bhavishyanti ityam vipraya san. How you have to repeatedly meditate and sing? With this idea in the mind you have to do. What the idea should be? May I have many children. Bahavo vai me mama putra bhavishyanti ityam. I will have surely in future, by meditating, I will surely have many children. With this idea in the mind, you have to do. Avipraya sannityartha. Pranadityekatvod drishte ekaputratva phaladoshena apoditatvat. Why it has to be done so? Because of this defect. What was the defect? I meditated on the prana and I meditated on the om, looking upon it as prana, vital force, and sun, with which quality? With a single quality, it's single thing. With its unity, ekattu darshanam, unity. Darshanam, uktam, meditation was, pranaditya ekatva. Singly I meditated as on that Udgita drishte ekaputra phaladoshena. I had only one son. That is the defect. Having one son is defect, is telling. And nowadays, hum do, hamara ek. Having one son is a defect. Therefore, we have to discard it. Apoditatva. The father says to son, I want to discard the system of meditation at all. Nobody should meditate in this way. Discard this meditation. Prana and Aditya is one. Never meditate. Don't meditate at all. Then how we have to do? Rashmi prana bhedrishte kartavyata. In Rashmi and prana, you have to look, there's your duty, kartavyata is telling. Kartavyata. To look upon in this way is your duty. The multifarious quality of that vital force and Aditya only you have to meditate on Om, on Udgita. This is your duty, he says. And not only duty has been enjoined. Chodyate asmin kande. In this Chandogya Upanishad, this part, this has been enjoined. This vidhi is there actually. It is a vidhi. Bahut bhuput phalat. In this part of the Veda, this meditation is enjoined as a duty to be done by all. Nobody does nowadays, I think, or the Hindus. Therefore, Hindu population is going down. Muslim have been done, maybe they might have done so. Therefore, they are getting lot of children. Bahuputra Valatvartham. This is the result of this meditation will be many children. For this purpose only we have to meditate in this way.